Hey guys, Chris here. In this video, we are doing the Motorway range test in the Volvo XC40 P6. So today, we're going to find out just how far this car can go on a full charge of battery on the motorway at motorway speeds. And then at the end of the video, we're going to put this car into a chart and see how it actually compares to the competition. We've done this test with the XC40, Polestar 2, Tesla Model Y, Hyundai Ioniq 5, Kia EV6, and well, basically all of its competition here on the market. So if you're new to the channel, guys, my name is Chris and I have this channel dedicated to testing EVs. I do range tests, charging tests, I do reviews, I even buy EVs to give you guys, the ownership experience. So if you like EV content, please be sure to browse the channel after watching this video. And if you like the videos here, I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. And also, if you like the XC40 EV videos in general, please hit that thumbs up button down below. So this car is very interesting because this is the P6 and this is the little brother to the P8, which has, the dual electric motors, four-wheel drive, 408 horsepower and the big battery pack. This actually has front-wheel drive, 231 horsepower only, and the small battery pack at 69 kilowatt hours and gross capacity, which is 67 kilowatt hours in net capacity. So I'm really interested to find out how this car is going to fare. This is on 20-inch wheels, though, well, it is springtime now, so it's around 15 degrees Celsius outside, and we do have very calm winds today of about 2 meters per second from the east. Overcast, but dry roads. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And as per usual, guys, we're starting here at Centra. We're going north to the Mjøstar and then back again to this starting point. 233 kilometers on a motorway with speed limits of 110 kilometers an hour. That's 70 miles per hour. And also per usual, this video is sponsored by Eviny Bilkraft, who are the providers of the lightning chargers behind us here. Eviny Bilkraft are one of the largest providers of lightning fast and rapid charging here in Norway. They have chargers all over the country, so if you want to have access to their chargers, I would highly recommend you guys to download their app, which is pretty awesome because it won't only show you guys the charging speed, it will actually give you a charging curve of your charging session, so that is pretty cool. So huge thanks to Eviny Bilkraft for sponsoring today's video. We are currently at 90% stated charge. We're going to go a little bit more, maybe to 95%. Disconnect, get on the road, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. We are now on the move and we've been on the road for about 25-30 minutes now, and you can see the windsock here. It seems like we have wind from the west and not from the east as the wind map said. And if we look at the Mjøsa, it seems to be pretty calm, though a little bit foggy. There is some fog here. And consumption now, guys, is down to, or up to, depending on your perspective. The consumption is at least 21.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. We covered 51.6 kilometers. So it's quite interesting driving this car because just about a week ago I had the Volvo C40. That was though the P8 version. But the C40 is the coupe version or SUV coupe version of this, the XC40. On the exterior it looks a bit different. On the interior it's about the same, but it does drive differently. The C40 has a little bit lower ground clearance, I think a few centimeters, and it's a little bit more sporty setup. This is a bit more floaty, even more, comfort oriented than that C40. Though I like this, I actually prefer the way the C40 drives. Small differences, but yeah, differences in my opinion makes the C40 a little bit better to drive. It just fits, the driving characteristics of that car a little bit more. So interesting, the consumption, how much or how low that's going to be once we get back. And also the car's predicting we will arrive at the Mjøstar with 58% battery, meaning that we will have enough juice to get home. But when it started, the car actually predicted
-1% arriving back at the charger. Not home, but back at the charger where we started. So I was a little bit nervous because I only went to 98% state of charge while charging, but it seems to be enough now. But okay guys, we're going to continue on now and I'll catch up with you once we get to our turnaround point. Here we are guys, this is our turnaround point, the Mjøstar, which is this tower to our left. A tower built solely out of wood and glass. Tallest residential wooden building in the world at a little more than 86 meters tall. And then we're going to turn around in this roundabout. We're going to cross under the motorway, and then we're going to go into another roundabout and then enter the motorway for southbound. So consumption now 23.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is a little bit up from the last update. But the big question is now, will the consumption rise or drop on our way back to our starting point back at Chesmo? Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. We're here with 56% battery. And annoyingly, the XC40 does not show you remaining kilometers of range unless you go below 10% stated charge, which is just annoying. But if you navigate to somewhere, it will actually show you how much battery you will arrive with in the navigation system. So you still have some kind of idea, some kind of clue if you'll be able to, well, get to your destination or not. But okay, guys, we're going now southbound. Weather's still holding up. We still have no rain, though it's a little bit gray, and maybe we'll have some few drops of water. It's still staying relatively dry, which is very nice. Okay, guys, we've now hit some bumper to bumper traffic, quite unexpected, only 4.9 kilometers away from our exit, which is about 100 meters before our actual destination where we stopped the timer. And look at this, this is red, it's saying we will arrive there in 14 minutes. So we're gonna stop the timer here now at 1 hour and 58 or 1 hour and 59. And we're going to have to do some calculations off camera now and also do some adjustments. So the time is actually correct and distance is correct, and you know, all of the calculations will be correct for this range test, because I don't think there's any point in just going on now. We're just gonna you know, stop all of the timer here, stop the numbers, stop the distance, everything, because this is close enough to give us, you know, the approximation. But I don't know what's going on here, because we are heading towards the city. Usually rush hour traffic is out of the city, so there has to have been something happening here. Hopefully nothing too serious. I don't know, maybe an accident, but hoping nothing too serious. So that's unfortunate. I mean, this is a real world test, and you know, real world things happen, but we are close enough now to get a reliable reading and reliable test data from this test. Finally, after 25 minutes stationary, we are now past the queue and at our exit. So usually we stop the timer right up here, but as I said just a second ago, we're gonna do some calculations and we're gonna use the actual distance we drove until the traffic jam and use that as our basis. It's going to be reliable enough. We have a lot of data we can compare it to, so it's going to be nice. But okay, guys, we're going to now drive to the chargers. And on this car, the charging port is on the left side, the driver's side. As I spoken about earlier, these EVs should have like some kind of arrow that shows you, you know, which side the actual charging port is. Because I see plenty of people every day at chargers to mistake which side their charger is on. Just like on you know, combustion engine cars, there should be like an arrow down there by the battery. That would be nice, because me, who drives a lot of different EVs, I confuse myself quite a bit. But okay, so we're gonna go to the charger here. We're gonna see what kind of charging speed we do get. This being the 69 kilowatt hour battery pack, I'm quite interested to see what kind of peak speed we get, because in the old, you know, 62 kilowatt hour battery pack, we actually got 120 something kilowatts of peak speed. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do now. Connect to the charger, see what kind of charging speed we get after a few hours on the road. It's 17 degrees Celsius outside. And again, guys, look at this. I was going to go to the charger on the right side here, but yeah, I confused myself because I have the charging port on the left side. So I'm gonna go this way. I was just a little bit stressed about that X5 who's gonna go here, because he's a hybrid, he's not gonna charge here. But okay, we have 150 kilowatt charger for ourselves here, and we're gonna connect here. And since I'm on crutches here, I'm gonna cut to because I can't, you know, vlog and walk on crutches. We're gonna cut to the actual charging session in just about 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're now connected at 10% stated charge, and as per usual, and on this CMA platform, the charging speed climbs slowly, but at 10%, we should get that maximum charging speed. It's 19 degrees Celsius outside, so it should be warm enough. We've been on our road for 2 hours, though the past 20-25 minutes we've been slow moving traffic. The battery should still be warm enough. And as per usual, in this test we do not navigate to the charger because we don't want to skew the results of the actual range test. We could do that and then get better charging speed. That would be a given, but that means also the consumption would be higher and not comparable with other cars that don't preheat. So that's why we don't do that. But okay, we're gonna hit that 120. Will this be able to do 130, maybe 135? That would be kind of cool. Okay, 126 seems to be the peak charging speed. So around there, 125, 126 is the peak charging speed with this 69 kilowatt hour battery pack. Seems to be kind of reasonable. And yeah, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna check in at maybe around 30%, because I think this battery pack traditionally peaks at around that size, that percentage. So we're gonna check back again then and see if we get any higher charging speed. I just put away the camera, guys, and took off my jacket, and then boom, 132, 133 kilowatts. Yeah, this is not too bad considering the size of the battery pack. 132, 133. Yeah, I'm quite kind of satisfied with that. That is definitely not too bad. 36% stated charge, and the speed has actually dropped down to 129 kilowatts, which isn't bad at all. I think we're going to keep the speed up until over 50%, so not bad charging curve on this new XC40 P6. But yeah, we peaked at 132, 133, not too bad, guys. Before we end today's video, let's take a look at the battery pack size, the consumption, and then calculate theoretical range. And of course, guys, since we technically did not finish today, because we stopped, the timer, counting the distance, and also looked at the actual consumption 5 kilometers before our, end destination because of the traffic, there is an asterisk attached to today's results. So just be aware of that, guys. And also, you can only compare the results in the list that will show up briefly to other cars that are done in similar conditions. So today, dry roads, side crosswinds of about 2 meters per second, and then also between 15 and 18 degrees Celsius. You cannot compare today's results with cars done, at 10 degrees Celsius, at 0 degrees Celsius, at minus 10 degrees Celsius, or where the weather was wetter, or where it was raining, or, you had much more wind. So you have to, consider that, guys. There's a rule of thumb that the warmer the battery, the better thermal efficiency. And also, we're running at around 15 to 18 degrees Celsius, means that there's not a lot of strain on the HVAC system. If it was maybe plus 35 degrees, we would be running the AC pretty cool and straining that system. If it was 0 degrees Celsius, the other way around, we maybe would have had heated seats on, heated steering wheel, and also running the HVAC system. So just be aware of that, guys, because a lot of people, comment, don't understand the differences in results, why this car does better than that. Usually it's because of the weather. So take a close look at that chart down below before you comment. But I also appreciate all the comments, guys, because that helps with the video. So comment and like and all that stuff. That is much appreciated. But okay, guys, so this car has a net battery capacity of 67 kilowatt hours. We take that divided by the consumption, 24.0 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and then subtract about 3% in heat loss. That gives us a theoretical range of 271 kilometers. So looking at the chart down below, I'm a bit disappointed by the consumption. I think it's a little bit high. We can directly compare this maybe to the C40 that we did a few weeks ago, though it was a little bit warmer today. Conditions were quite similar, and the car is similar. So this car has lower consumption than that car. Similar wheel and tire setup, this exactly the same, tires and wheel size, though the rim is a bit different, and the same platform. I was hoping that this car with only front wheel drive would do better, but again, that car is more aerodynamic, so it's not too bad, but still it is a quite bit high. But looking at that overall range, 271 kilometers is about mid-pack. It's not too bad, but again, not the best. But I mean, if you want a SUV, which is a box, and a small practical town roundabout, which this car is, because it's quite compact in its dimension, and it's very comfortable to drive and very nice to drive. It has a very solid interior, nice materials, and practical. There are not a lot of cars you can choose, and getting that 271 kilometers of real-world motorway range is not too bad. And also, you know, the charging speed in this car is not too bad either. But again, people are going to, you know, comment that this car has too short a range. You want a car with more than 300 kilometers. But look at the, you know, percentage of WLTP rated range here, which is, you know, the one of the true tests in, or results in this test is how close can the car get to its WLTP rated range. And at 64%, it's not too bad. Again, not the best, but I think it is good enough. I would like to see better efficiency in this car, maybe 300 kilometers of real world range, but I don't think that is realistic at this point in time. But it's nice that they've bumped up, you know, the battery pack size before they launched this P6 from the Polestar 2, which only had, you know, that 63 kilowatt hour battery pack. And from the 23 model, Polestar 2 will get the same battery pack as this. But guys, let me know what you think down below. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.